to the Supernatural fans actually literally fight it out.
I put some money on that.
I would run down. Yeah.
I hope naked. I would like if naked wrestling would work for me.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the Supernatural guys and Game of Thrones guys wrestling naked. I totally have it wrong. I'm sorry.
Alright, so since we're gonna go there, Sam, your show hasn't even premiered yet. And the fan base for Outlander, right? They have been building steam since the word one of this series was announced. And they have risen up in just beloved attention to you and Katrina and the entire show. How has that been having fans before the show is out there?
Yeah, I feel like a bit of a fraud being here actually. Like I've just been invited along. We premiered last night and it just feels like Comic-Con is the absolute best place to premiere our show. It's, you know, a fan event, and last night having, you know, some die-hard fans there was fantastic. They've been waiting over 20 years for the show, so to be able to bring it here is just brilliant. There's no naked wrestling, if you're going to ask me.
No, but there is a lot of naked.
There's
Hooray!
a lot of naked. Yeah.
The show is dirty. Like
It gets dirty, yeah.
yeah, muddy and dirty.
Yeah.
Are you going full Sam under that kilt?
Yes, I wear a kilt a lot, or don't wear my kilt a lot, I'm a true Scotsman, if that's the question you're asking. Yeah, very dirty. We have I mean, it's very realistic, it's authentic, so we're covered in mud, and this is the first time I've washed for about a year.
He smells delightful.
So, alright, so for Colin, Sam, and Gwendoline, you guys are playing legendary characters based on beloved pieces of you know, source material. How does that feel to do these, like, is it scary to take on these iconic roles?
For me, it was a little bit because obviously everybody knew Captain Hook from, you know, Dustin Hoffman and all that kind of stuff, and before I came onto the show, at Comic-Con 2 years ago, they sort of released a teaser that they were going to bring Captain Hook onto Once Upon a Time, and I just remember the first day on set, I was standing opposite Robert Carlyle, and I was dressed all in leather with a hook. I was on a pirate ship, and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? But yeah, there was a bit of pressure, but I think it seems to have worked.
I had never come across a character like Brienne of Tarth before. I had never seen women represented, a woman represented in that way in a mainstream television program. And for me, the idea of being able to play a part where we make a judgment about whether we like or dislike a character based on the choices she makes rather than the way that she looks was really liberating and an opportunity that I was really grateful for.
Can we talk? Talk about the fight between Brienne and the Hound and how and I've watched it like 100 times. I'm just gonna fan plots all over my seat.
I saw that guy last night. He's still pissed.
He's still
And Sam, I mean, this character you're playing is, I mean, he is deeply rooted in the fans' hearts.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big fan base there, and I mean, we're so lucky. I mean, already they've created their own groups and subgroups, the Hooligans and the Catchers, and they raise money for charity. They raise thousands of dollars for charity. We just hope that they enjoy the show.
All right, so Jordan, I have to ask, what is the difference between Degrassi fans and Orphan Black fans?
Oh my god.
Aside from the curfew.
Yeah, aside from like legal drinking age, I don't get too many Degrassi fans, to be honest. Well, because I only did. Oh my, hi. Wait, are you guys Canadian? No, you're not Canadian, right? Yeah? Hey, represent. I don't get too many Degrassi fans coming up to me because I only did 2 episodes and they were like little 5-minute like blips on the Degrassi radar because they've done what, 800 years worth of seasons now? They've been on since like 1903. Orphan Black fans, I know Degrassi fans are hardcore, but Clone Club, man. You guys are the most voracious fans that I think exist in the fandom. The Tumblr art, the fan art, there's just more involvement, and they're more interested in, I think a lot of people get really interested in the characters, and they are, but they're also interested in actors in our process. The majority of the questions we get at panels are about, so you know, where do you begin, and how do you do the accent, and where does the physicality come from, and who is this person? Where does he live in? So like, it's amazing that they're interested in the mechanics of what we do. That's kind of great, right?
And John Noble.
Yes. You arrived in Sleepy Hollow while some of us were still mourning the loss of Fringe. And this guy is so not Walter Bishop. How is it going from, you know, kindly to creepy?
It's very good, but I'm really preoccupied. I'm sorry, David. I've just come from a very bad experience.
What happened?
We were over having photos taken at EW, and we were sort of strutting around there thinking that we were important, and then something happened. The cast of Avengers walked in. Nothing. We were put at the back of the line. Which show? Avengers?
Oh, Avengers. Oh, yeah.
Just about 5 A-listers walked in.
Oh.
And we were suddenly, who are these people?
Well, we love it here.
I met Robert Downey Jr. And he pretended to know me. How cool is that? What was the question?
How is it shaking off Walter Bishop's kindly sense to this creepy, sinister...
It's good. It's very nice, thank you. Yes. We have a director that comes in, and he was on the other show, and he came onto this show, and he calls me Walter, still, which is the character that I played in Fringe. And no one knew what he was talking about. Always, just Walter. Walter, can we do that again? Because the stunt guy is Walter. The stunt supervisor is Walter. That's not a very funny story, is it? It's really good to... I've said it enough. Robert Downey Jr. and me, though.
And Aisha, the Archer fans are probably the filthiest family. In the best way possible. They are just sploosh.
Yeah, they are. They're splooging everywhere. Sometimes girls sploosh, sometimes with semen. That is a clinical term. A clinical term. And if you watched the show, I'm not apologizing for any of that.
Krieger cleared it.
Yeah, Krieger did clear it. Krieger made it in his lab. What was the question?
How do you feel how the show has kind of evolved from like this dirty little secret to like it's now an Emmy-nominated show, and you got this nice arc last year with the Archer Vice thing. How do you feel it's kind of growing up?
You know, I love Archer so much, and you know, when I got the pilot script for that show, I was a huge C-Lab 2021 fan. I adore everything that Adam and Matt do. I read 5 pages of the script. It was brilliant. It was dirty. I was like, this is never making it on television. It's way too smart. I'm just gonna do the pilot and spend the money on bitches and blow. But now it's in my writer. That's how Archer's changed. But I loved it, and I always believed in it. I always thought it was such a smart, lovely, grown-up show for thoughtful grown-ups. This literate combination of, you know, thoughtful, you know, beautiful poetry references, and then, you know, dick jokes, and really literate, beautiful, elegant dick jokes. And every year when it gets renewed, we all look at each other in shock. So the fact that we just got renewed for 6 and 7 and we finally got an Emmy nomination is really exciting. And we're all just really grateful because we love each other and we love making the show. We're really looking forward to making dick jokes on national television when we lose the Emmy and we run up on stage and pull a Kanye. That's my plan. So, set your DVRs.
I think we could all learn a lot from you.
This is your first Comic-Con. We're just going to take you under our wing. We'll break you in. We'll break next year. You're going to be up here. Just pull it up.
Don't. Aisha, please be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age.
if you're watching Archer, we've already broken you in, so.
All right, so the entire row, where do you guys stand on spoilers? How do you feel about them?
I hate them. I hate them, and it's why I tweet late. But don't come at me. First of all, don't follow me on Twitter if you know that's what I do. It's crazy when people are like, oh, you spoiled it. I'm like, bitch, that shit aired 20 weeks ago.